Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good. I was just going to text you because I went into the mid speeds and I thought, no, usually she's in there. So I logged out and sure enough, I was in the mid speed. Sometimes I do that. I'll
Oh,
click on the
okay.
wrong, the wrong
Yeah,
one. So,
yeah.
but once you're in, it doesn't really say anywhere what it is. So that's
Oh, that's something that Robert has to work on then.
I should ask him if he can do that. Because once you click on the class, then, it doesn't say anywhere on the screen what it is. So sometimes I
Mhm.
know it's like, uh-oh, did I click on the wrong one? If,
Yeah.
if there's no one in there, I usually know who usually is. And, I think Adam did that the other day. He came into a mid-speed class and he said he accidentally hit, I don't even know what it was, the lower or the upper. And he said
Mm-hmm.
nobody was there. And then he thought, maybe I went in the wrong class. So sure enough, he
Funny.
found me. So yeah, how was your weekend?
It was it was good.
Good, good.
Yeah. How
Did you
about
guys?
you?
It was good. Yeah, we had a great time. Brooklyn was here and she had to go
That's
back
right.
home yesterday. So
Oh,
I know, but it was nice. We had a great time.
yeah.
So
I saw that you were back on Facebook,
yeah,
and because you've got a granddaughter now and
I
you have
know.
to post pictures and
Yes. I just have to like monitor how much I'm on there because it's so easy just to, go, oh my gosh, I've been on
yeah,
too long,
yeah.
so easy. So I promised myself, okay, I'll keep it under control and,
Good for you.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. It's like I think of all the things I could be doing.
Yeah. So
So
do I. And then I just go, I'm too tired. and I keep scrolling.
yeah,
No,
or
it's a
like at
bad
night
thing.
when you're tired and you should go to sleep and you're on there. It's
Oh
like, okay,
yeah.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, I do that if I can't sleep. I mean, I know and when I do get on there, whether I'm playing words with friends, I'll feel myself getting tired. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I know. But yeah, there are some nights that last night was not one of them. I was like, good night. I'm tired and I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And then I just had weird dreams all night.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Well, especially one of them, and I woke up, I mean, immediately, like I would have done that anyway to go to the bathroom.
Right.
But I dreamt that my daughter called me and she said, Mom, I've been in an accident,
Oh,
and fortunately I woke up right away and it's like, okay, that was a dream. It wasn't real,
ew.
you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, those dreams are not fun.
no, they're
So
not.
did you check to make sure she was okay?
Oh, I know that she was. I mean, she spent the night at her friend's. She got fired last week.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, they did it as a layoff. She wasn't right for the job. So I mean that happened, I want to say like Thursday. And she's okay with it. It was really stressing her out. But now she has to look for something new. But um yeah, she spent the night at her friend's house and they're going to Six Flags today. And
oh,
then she's going to spend the night there again tomorrow. And then tomorrow they're going to the beach.
okay.
So, yeah, it's
Where
like,
was
okay,
she?
Kelsey, and at a place called Language People,
Okay.
they like have places call in needing interpreters.
Oh,
And then they get the interpreters for them and kind of set up the appointments and all. And she was in dispatch when she first joined, but then she wasn't doing all that well in there, and she has a really great personality. I think that's one of the reasons why they hired her. And then they put her into, it's like they made a department for her, but it was collections, which I could never do anything
right.
like that. But it was just the whole thing didn't really make sense. There wasn't anything. These people didn't even know that they got billed, and so she had people yelling at her, and what is she going to do? you know?
Right.
So, yeah. So, anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
poor
So she'll
Kelsey.
find something.
Oh, she will.
Yeah.
She will. I saw a sign on the door the other day for not Juice It Up, the other one. No, Juice It Up, not Jamba Juice, Juice It Up. But it's off of
Mm.
Clinton Keith and Marietta, and they have
Mm-hmm.
a sign on their
Mm-hmm.
door saying hiring. So,
She refuses to do retail again.
okay.
And I said, but you know what, Kelsey, if you can't find anything else in a pinch, because she's got a car payment
Oh
and,
gosh, yeah.
and so she knows, she says, well, if it comes to that,
Yeah.
then I will. But she'd like to find something like a receptionist or
Yeah.
something along those lines, like an office job.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah. So if
maybe
you hear of
a
anything,
temp
let me know.
agency, you know?
What's
There's
that?
a few temp agencies in Temecula. Maybe they could get her set up with an office job.
I'll suggest that to her. Yeah.
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 Because a lot of
So,
times, like you said, if she has a great personality, then they'll keep her on, you know?
yep. Absolutely.
So, because I know Target's hiring too, but if
Uh,
she doesn't want the retail,
they're
then
they're impossible to get into though, because I mean I know that she's applied for them before, and so is Adam, and just my kids, they'll, of course, everything is online, and so they
yeah,
apply online and then they go in and they ask for the manager, and can I get an
right,
interview? Oh, we're not hiring right now, or something. It's like, well, it was, then you shouldn't
right,
put it on. I don't
right.
know. I think they're looking for certain people,
Yeah, yeah,
so I don't know. I think that's hard to get into, but
yeah. Well, maybe. What about Adam? Could he get her a job at Staters?
no,
That's a
Jared works at Stater
Jared, not
Brothers.
Adam. Okay,
Yeah,
Jared
yeah.
works
Adam works at Baskin Robbins. Well, they, first of all, they wouldn't be able to work at the same store.
there. Okay,
And I don't think, both of my boys are hard workers, but I hate to say this about Kelsey. She always wants to take the easy way out. And,
yeah,
that would drive me nuts. I'd
yeah,
want to be busy,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
otherwise the time just drags. And
yeah.
so,
That's right. I know the time goes by so much faster if you're busy.
yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I'm so
all right.
sorry.
Well, if I hear of anything, she could always go on to like that. What is it called? Marietta Talk. I think there's a Menifee one too, or
Mm-hmm.
Temecula, and just say, hey, does anybody know of any jobs? I see people do that all the time, and I'm amazed at how many. If you
Really?
specify what you're looking for, it's amazing how many times people will say, "Oh, I own my own business. I'm looking for somebody," or
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay, let me
yeah.
write that down real quick. Menifee Talk, Marietta Talk.
Yeah. I know it's Marietta Talk, but it might not be Menifee Talk, but it's something else. Menifee News or most of the time if you go on to Marietta Talk, it'll give you suggestions for other ones that are similar.
Okay.
But I'm amazed
Yeah.
at how kids all the time will post, "Hey, I'm looking for a job," and all of a sudden there's 50 replies like, "Oh,
Really?
yes,
Okay.
so and so's hiring,"
Okay.
or "I'm hiring if you're a hard worker," that kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
it's a great
Okay.
resource. So, all right.
Oh, and I just have to tell you real quick. I think I got on my machine like, I don't know, 20 to 9, just to do some stuff. And Bilbo was playing with his little ring and the bell, and he was like, I mean, loud. And I finally had to tell him to shh because I couldn't concentrate. He was so loud. I thought, I wonder if he's going to be like this when Jill starts up. But no, he's just sitting there now on his perch. And
Now he's being a good boy, being
yeah,
quiet. He
yeah,
knows what that means. How
yeah,
cute. Like, oh, I
yeah,
better be quiet.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is so cute. All
He's a
right.
good bird.
We'll go ahead and get started.
Okay.
So, common words. Let's get our fingers going here. All right, ready? Could, work, dear, made, glad, like, last, shall, more, other, to, right, also, must, should, there, only, same, little, matter, give, find, sent, who, going, school, take, new, sir, let, attention, account, kindly, hope, year, first. All right.
By the way, I think I tried calling you last week to tell you this, but you didn't answer. I finally came up with a brief for finish because every time I hear that, I have to do it in 2 strokes. And it comes up quite a bit.
Right.
And it kind of plays with my mind because N and ish are right there, and you've got to do. It's like, okay, which one do I do first? So I do F long I sh for finish.
Okay, that's
I
good.
Yeah, because I couldn't do FISH. That's fish.
Fish.
But yeah, yeah.
And I
So
know
finish.
I used to write it as Finn, but then now it conflicts with Finn. So,
Yeah, not that you would hear it that often, but
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
I wanted to have that sh on the end.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. That's really good. Yay! So you found a.
I thought about that driving, and I thought I'm going to call Jill and tell her. But
That's
you didn't
awesome.
answer.
I know.
Okay.
You called me, but then when I think I saw you in class again after that, and you had asked me a question. I thought, oh, that's probably what I just assumed
Oh,
that's why you called.
nope.
So, all right. Well, good.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
F long I SH.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a good one. That's awesome. All right. So here are some short phrases and sentences. In the beginning, keep it up. It's hard to open. Below the water, it seemed too good. In the country, a few good men. Near the car, the light in your eyes. We got together. We saw the food. It's my life. Run for miles. Do it often. It's time to eat. A second later, talk to my father. Sing your song. My family. A very important person. So far, so good. Watch the game. I like being on the team. The dark night. A few children. Watch the river. He started to cry. Leave it to me. The first day of school. All right. Now, names and addresses. Here we go. Dana F. Cox, COX, P.O. Box 243, Livingston, Texas 78351. Karen D. Fournier, FOURNIER, 53 Weymouth Street, Brunswick, Maine 04011. Steve T. Sapienza, SAPIENZA, 10 Garden Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts 02138. Don I. Burles, BURLESS, 2123 South Oakland Street, Arlington, Virginia 22504. Linda B. Sarlo, SARLO, Rock Valley College 3301 North Mulford Road, Rockford, Illinois 61101. Nan M. Santiago, SANTIAGO, 51 South Newton Avenue, Selden, New York, 11784. Travis J. Archie, Archey, Route 4, Box 258, Wilmington, Illinois, 60481. Faye M. Work, Werk, 3750 Ivan Rest Avenue, Grandville, Mississippi, 49418. Lucy I. Martinez, Martinez, 840 Patricia Avenue, San Mateo, California, 94401. Right. Now these are going to be words that start with IL, IM, IR. Okay, so IL, IM, IR. Okay, here we go. Illegal, illiteracy, illegally, illiterate, illegitimate, illogical, illogically, illegible, illegality, illegitimacy, immovable, imbalance, immature, impatient, immaterial, imperfect, immeasurable, immobile, impersonal, immobility, impractical, imprecise, improper, impure, impurity, immoderate, immodest, immoral, immortal, irrational, irreplaceable, irrefutable, irresistible, irrepressible, irreconcilable, irregardless, irresponsible, irregular, irrelevant, irreversible, irretrievable, interact, intermix, interaction, intermural, international, interagency, intercellular, interoffice, interplay, interchange, intercollegiate, interplead, interconnect, interracial, interrelate, interface, interfaith, intersect, interlace, interstate, intermarriage, intermingle, intermediary, interlocutor, intertwine, interurban, and interweave. Okay. How was that?
Yowza.
Yeah, those would be good to go back and add to your dictionary, you know, like if they didn't show up.
They probably didn't. I was doing inter as INT.
Oh, okay.
So, and then, like removing the medial vowel type thing and when I could. So how do you do inter? Because that's like a prefix,
Yeah, I just do IN and then I would come back for TER.
Mm,
But you could do INT, that doesn't conflict with anything.
right.
So
See how
totally.
it came up. Oh yeah, no, it didn't, it came up as INT.
Okay.
So
So
yeah.
you go back and add those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, those are good words to add. All
I
right.
want to say that one of my books that I bought from Sage, I think it's inter and intra. It has like a way of putting it in there, and I can't remember which book it is. I'll have to find it and show you.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one for a
So,
drill.
yeah.
Absolutely. Let me know if you find it.
Okay.
All right, so now I've got sentences here that focus on initial consonants SPR. Okay. All right, here we go. Spread the word about spring. In the spring, a young man's fancy turns to sprockets and sprinklers. Sprig the lawn and use the sprinkler. Maybe the sprite will make it sprout. Spruce up in the springtime. 2 sprinters sprinted to the spring. Springtime is sprightly. Spread the spray over the sprat. Try not to sprawl by the sprig. Sprains on springboards are spreading. Spruce up for spring and don't sprawl. Sprites and sprats are spry. Spray the springs and sprats. Sprinklers are spread around. The sprinter had a spry and springy step. Spruce up the spruce in the spring. Jack Sprat sprang toward the springs on the springboard. Let us spray, said the sprite skunk. For his last spree, he sprayed springs and sprigs. There's another page, but I'll read the second page tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes. We won't do all that fun in one day.
Okay, you put that.
We'll save some for tomorrow. Oh, man. We just put my little Post-it on there so I know tomorrow we're finishing that. All right. So we'll go ahead and start some literary and jury charge. So we started this last week, and it was on chasing rabbits, greater expectations in chasing rabbits from the NCRA magazine. All right. Here we go. So we'll finish this up. It's about, the president and how a student and a reporter reached out to her. All right, so now she's talking about the reporter because she's overwhelmed trying to implement all these different theories, and now her speed's going down and she's kind of panicking. Here we go. We selected a book of her choice, moved her away from an entire new theory while working on the job. We also created a custom dictionary so she can real time at work and in her court again. This lady is a success with years on the job as an official. Her goal to perfect skills makes her a success. And yes, she is nationally certified. I believe that dog can hunt. How does this relate to greater expectations? The student who desires good notes or notes just to pass that test now admits that she has far from perfect notes, and yet she wants and needs to forge ahead. The official, in an attempt to write perfect notes, began darting in multiple directions before she settled down to learn a new theory. Can one learn a new theory in court full time each day after having a dictionary completely changed to achieve that goal? All reporters understand that transcripts must be produced even while advancing their skills for the future. Can a student move forward without transcribing accurately? All reporters, students, and instructors understand when students say, "I have to get out of school." While writing this article, I took a call in my office. The caller defined herself as a former educator. She asked me questions about court reporting training and staying on task, and if students needed to be hooked at the hip to that machine 24/7. She added, "At the school, I think they are chasing a lot of rabbits." I thought about the student with more than 4 years of writing and not wanting to correct errors. I also thought about the official with more than 25 years experience darting through multiple books and a new theory. And I saw a tie-in for the student and court reporter and many of us. Are we chasing a lot of rabbits to achieve our goals? Are we focused on specifics with realistic deadlines, or are we fearful of changes that have come or will be here if we don't achieve that goal? I listened to the former educator and gently replied, "This skill is unlike any other. It requires mastering to be successful. Individuals earning this profession, or entering, excuse me, and this schooling with knowledge that the pass rate is 95% or above in court reporting for each speed class, must know the schooling and the occupation, have a bar of excellence very different from other professions." Then I shared this topic with a sign interpreter after she expressed stress within the interpreting world. The interpreter encouraged me to stay away from stress while working. I emailed back and said, "From your lips to God's ears." What about the tie-in and you? Could someone say that court reporter or student can hunt? Are you chasing rabbits with greater expectations? I see a surefire path that this shift topic and the expectations are percolating with students, instructors, and court reporters. We have great passion and great skills. Communication is a powerful tool, and I am honored to be among you. Right. I thought that was a neat article. Let me just date it so I know we read it in this class. All right. Now, let's do a little bit of jury instruction. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Before the trial begins, there are certain instructions you should better have to understand your functions as a juror and how you should conduct yourself during the trial. Your duty is to decide the case based only on the evidence presented and the law given to you by the court. Do not let any personal feelings of bias or prejudice against any such things as race, religion, national origin, sex, or age affect your deliberations. Do not begin your deliberations and discussion of the case until all the evidence is presented, and I have instructed you on the law. Do not discuss this case among yourselves or with anyone else until your final deliberations in the jury room. We will stop or recess from time to time during the trial. You may be excused from the courtroom when it is necessary for me to hear legal arguments from the lawyers. If you come in contact with the parties, lawyers, or witnesses, do not speak with them. For their part, the parties, lawyers, and witnesses will not contact or speak with the jurors. Should you be exposed to any reports or communication from any source concerning the case during the trial, you should report that information to the jury bailiff. The court is aware that many of you have been exposed to publicity concerning this case before you were selected to serve as a juror. Each of you has committed to base your verdict only on the evidence introduced during the trial. It is of vital importance to the parties and the sanctity of the court process that you remain true to this commitment. Anything you may see or hear outside the courtroom is not evidence. You are to decide the case solely on the evidence offered and received at trial. Evidence is first the sworn testimony of witnesses, both on direct and cross-examination, regardless of who called the witness. Second, the exhibits the court has received. And third, any facts to which the lawyers have agreed or stipulated, or which the court has directed you to find. Okay, there's more, but we'll stop there. Brooklyn was telling me because she served on a jury the week before she came, and she was on it for a week and a half, actually.
Wow.
I know, it was pretty long, but she said they found him not guilty, and she said that he was so happy, and he looked over, and well, she said he had his head down, and then when they read it, you know, the judge read it, and that he was not guilty, he looked up, and then he looked over at the jury, and he was like, "Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you." You know, he was just so happy, and the judge had to like quiet him down because he was so happy.
Where does she go for that? San Luis Obispo?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was just so backwards how she was telling me that like the psychologist, like they had him in a psych ward for a few days, like when I don't really know all the details of the case. It was a fight that he and his argument had, or his roommate had gotten into over an argument about something, and you know, he claimed self-defense because he hit him with a chair, but the roommate came after him with a knife. So that was it was like, okay, did he assault him or was it self-defense? And then they ended up, they put him in a psych ward for a few days, and the psychologist, she was like, "Mom, it was so crazy because when the prosecuting attorney was talking, you would have thought that he was so guilty."
Yeah.
When the defense came on, and she said it just totally, like she said, when the prosecuting attorney was talking, he was saying, yes, this guy is delusional. He says that he is a rapper, and he's a famous rapper, and according to the psychologist, and what else and he talks to or let's see, what did she say? He has, he has talks to God and God talks to him, as if like he sees God. And
like he's delusional.
yes. So then the defense comes back and says, no, he never said he was a famous rapper. He said that he wants to be a famous rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he is, but he wants to. And then this other lady psychologist got on the stand and said, yes, he never said. She totally contradicted what the first guy said. She said, he told me he wants to be a famous rapper, that he's not, but that's his dream. And that he was talking to God throughout his whole time in being at this, where they were evaluating him in the psychiatric ward to see if he was crazy, because he didn't want to go crazy because he was in there. So,
right.
You know, and she said it was crazy how the psychologist kept saying, well, it was like she just said, I don't think he believed in God. So he thought he was crazy that he was talking to God, you know, that kind of thing. So anyways, he was found not guilty. So she just said he was so happy, you know.
Was that the first trial that she ever, or jury that she ever served on?
Yes.
It is. You know what? People hate jury duty. I think it's so interesting.
Yes.
You know, it really is.
Yeah.
And
well, it's funny that she just had to serve, because I just got I got
did
the mail.
You really? I haven't gotten one in a long time, or if I do, it's like I call and it's like, we don't need you. And man.
Yep.
So
I got one last year, and they Monday or Sunday night, I called Monday. I called every day, and they never needed me, you know.
Yeah.
So it says the week of April 23rd. So we'll see.
Wow. And you just got it?
Yeah. I just got it
okay.
I just got it like a week ago. It was when Brooklyn was serving that jury that I got this, and I was like, oh my gosh, how funny is that?
That's really funny.
Yeah, and it's the one in French Valley.
That's nice. I think you can go wherever, even if it says Riverside.
Okay.
You can go to this one over here.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you know what?
Had to serve, and he had to go all the way to Riverside, and
you're going to have to get that transcript from her trial.
That's what I would love. That I said, Brooklyn, did you talk to the court reporter? She goes, no, Mom. The judge said we weren't allowed to talk to anybody. I said, yeah, that's true. That is true. You know,
funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could. How do you get transcripts?
Well, I mean, we get them all from people we know. You know, reporters. But I'm sure, you know, we could call the person, you know, somebody in charge at that court, and they just have to know that you're going to change all the names and dates, you know.
Right. My I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt class so much and everything, and I'll tell you the longer story when we get together, but I don't think I ever told you, and this is probably going to shock you, but I went out with a guy who was tried for murder, and visited him in the LA County jail. He ended up being, thank you, Bilbo, he ended up being not guilty and all, but I mean, he died a few years ago, but yeah, it'd be, and I just thought it'd be interesting to have that transcript, you know, but that was in the early 90s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, that had happened. So yeah, I'll have to tell you more about it.
I see you.
Oh, I never ever want to do that again.
Oh gosh. Wow. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started with Q&A, and then when we get together, you're going to have to tell me that story.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. There was
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's one time where I came across a transcript at Sage. We got a bunch of new, you know, transcripts from the court, and there was a name in there that I knew, and it was a murder trial.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was like he aided and abetted, and I could not believe it. It was more somebody my sister went to school with.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, oh.
Isn't it amazing? You know, you just don't think that it's going to be somebody that you know.
Yeah. So when you see that name, you're like, what? You know, and he has a different name. So it wasn't like, you know.
John Smith.
No.
How funny that you and I had John Smith.
Yeah. No, it wasn't John Smith. And it even said Lake Matthews, and it's like, oh, yep.
Gotta be.
Him.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
good. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is defense questioning. Okay. All right. So we'll start at 60 and work our way to 100. Oh, here, no. I'll mute you.
Yeah, because Bilbo is starting to.
Bilbo wants to say hi. All right. So when you said 10 miles an hour earlier, is it fair to say that you were describing that it was something less than 10 miles per hour? Yes. Did you follow the driver of the white neon to somewhere else other than the school? To her residence. How did you become aware of the fact where she took you was her residence? Her daughter told me to follow her mother home. And you went all the way to her home? Do you remember where that was? That was on Promenade. It was called Promenade Terraces. It's like an apartment complex. Did you follow her all the way to her home? Yes. What, if anything, occurred there? She went inside her, I think it's a condo. I'm not sure if it's an apartment or condo. She went inside and got her husband. Did she talk to you before she went inside? No, I just parked there and waited. How did you become aware that any person strike that? Did somebody come out of the condo or apartment with her? Yes. How much time elapsed between the time that she went in until she came out? 5 minutes. Actually, she did not come out. Her husband did. How did you become aware of the fact that this gentleman was her husband? I asked who he was, and he said, I'm the husband of the driver. What, if anything, occurred at that time? He asked for my insurance, proof of insurance. What, if anything, did you do in response? I gave him the paper, my proof of insurance. Where did this contact take place within relation to your vehicle? Outside on the parking structure. Did you get out of your vehicle? Yes. After giving him the proof of insurance, did anything else occur while you were there? He went into the house while I stayed outside. Now, did you see the driver of the other vehicle leave her vehicle and walk into the house? Yes, I did. Can you estimate the distance that she walked? Distance? Maybe 12 feet. So she was able to park real close to the front, to the door. Yes. Was it necessary for her to go up any stairs or steps to get to her apartment? No. Can you describe the manner in which she walked from her vehicle to the house? Slow pace. Did you notice any limp, hobble, or other evidence of injury? No. Did you hear any sounds from her as she walked to the house? No. Objection. Assumes facts, not in evidence. Did you have your driver's license with you after the man identified as the driver's husband took your proof of insurance? He gave it back to me when he came back after going inside and taking my insurance. Now, where was your driver's license when you arrived at the house? The possession of the woman. So at the scene of the accident, she kept your driver's license. Is that correct? Had you given it to the daughter or to the mother? To the daughter. And when you arrived at the high school, did you ask or say anything about your driver's license? No, that wasn't on my mind. And then the husband came out of the house, asked for your proof of insurance, and he went back in the house? Yes. How much time elapsed between the time he went back in the house until he came out again? About 5 minutes. So from the time that you arrived there, about 10 minutes had elapsed? Yes. On his second visit outside the house or apartment, what, if anything, occurred? He told me that my insurance was expired and gave me back my license. Anything else? That was all. Did he talk to you about calling the police? I noticed that the fire department was on its way or going inside the complex. What did you see? The fire department, and I believe it was it a fire truck, an ambulance? Fire truck and an ambulance. And an ambulance? Yes, and police also. Did you have any reaction to seeing all these vehicles arrive? Panic. Did any of the occupants of any of these service vehicles make contact with you? The police did. Do you know what department the police was with? No. Was it a uniformed officer? Yes, it was. Was it a black or navy blue uniform? Black. And did you have a conversation with the police officer? Yes, I did. Where did that conversation occur? In front of the house, the apartment building. Other than you and the police officer, was there anyone else within hearing range? No, just them. There were 2 officers and me. Can you tell me in sum and substance what was said by the police to you and what you told the police in response? They asked me to describe what happened, which I did. They went ahead and checked my brakes and checked out the car and also checked the driver's car, the other party's car. Did you accompany them with that inspection? Yes. Did you notice what happened when they checked the brakes? Full stop. Did you examine the front of your vehicle? Yes. Did you notice any apparent damage to your? Yes, there were just a few scratches on the bumper. What kind of bumper was on the Corolla at the time of the accident? Plastic. You say there were some scratches. Did they occur on the middle portion of the front bumper, or the right, or the left? The middle portion. Did you see any indentations into the plastic other than the scratches on the surface? I guess it came from the license plate. You could just feel it. So there was just a little dent. Was there a dent as well as a scratch? Well, I'd say a deep scratch, but nothing like a dent. When you say deep scratch, how deep was it? If you were close, your eyes couldn't see it, but if you put your hand over it, you could feel the lines, like a few lines going down. Were they colored at all? Yes, they were blue. Was the blue the same blue that's in the number of the California license plate? Yes. Did you accompany the officers to the other vehicle? Yes, I did. And what, if anything, did you see? Just a bent license plate. That's all. I guess when we describe a bent license plate, that could mean all manners or configurations. Can you describe more fully type of bend that you saw? Well, it wasn't a full bent or full half. Like if you were to take the plate and bend it in half. It wasn't like that. It was just kind of bent. Okay, so let me see if I can help a little. Did any part of the license plate go inward toward the vehicle from its flat surface? No. When you say it was it bent across the length of it? The length. And was it the entire length of the vehicle? Oh no. Or the license plate? No. Can you tell me how far that bend extended? From the middle to the end. To which end? The right or the left? To the left. Now, if we were to look at the license plate being straight up and down, would it be near the top or near the bottom or someplace in the middle? Near the top. Near the top? Yes. All right. So we'll do some read back. I read half of that at 100. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this one time, at the first time at 100, and then at 80, and then at 60, okay? You're going to hear dentist office, Honda Accord. Do you think at the time? And then as far as like phrases go, you're going to hear with the, to the, in the. How long were you, had you, that you? Did he buy the, had a, I don't remember. It was, I don't know. How many? I don't remember. That's about it. Okay. All right. And this is plaintiff questioning. Okay, here we go. First time at 100. How long were you and your husband in the dentist office? Approximately 15 minutes. What time was that? What time was your appointment with the doctor? Oh, close to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Where had you been prior to going to the dentist office? Home? Both of you? Yes, well, he just came home from work, and then we got in the car and went to the dentist office. Had you or your husband had any intoxicating beverages that you know of that particular day? No. What kind of car does your husband have? He had a Honda Accord. And where did he park this car prior to going to the dentist office? He parked it by the curb facing north on Lincoln Boulevard. Were there any other cars parked there at the time? I don't remember. Now, what time do you think you left the dentist office? Well, it was between 5:30 and 6. I'm not sure. Was it light out at the time? It was dusk. Could you still see objects such as cars and houses without any artificial lighting? I don't remember. As you left the dentist office, what did you and your husband do? Well, we went and I got in the car. Was the car parked south of the dentist office or north of the dentist office? South of the dentist office. Approximately how many feet from the dentist office? I don't know for sure. Was it a considerable distance or a short distance? Short distance. Were there any other cars parked along the curb there when you came back? I don't remember. Okay, let's do that again at 80. Okay. All right, here we go. How long were you and your husband in the dentist office? Approximately 15 minutes. What time was that? What time was your appointment with the doctor? Oh, close to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Where had you been prior to going to the dentist office? Home. Both of you? Yes. Well, he just came home from work, and then we got in the car and went to the dentist office. Had you or your husband had any intoxicating beverages that you know of that particular day? No. What kind of car does your husband have? He had a Honda Accord. And where did he park this car prior to going to the dentist office? He parked it by the curb facing north on Lincoln Boulevard. Were there any other cars parked there at the time? I don't remember. Now, what time do you think you left the dentist office? Well, it was between 5:30 and 6. I'm not sure. Was it light out at the time? It was dusk. Could you still see objects such as cars and houses without any artificial lighting? I don't remember. As you left the dentist office, what did you and your husband do? Well, we went and I got in the car. Was the car parked south of the dentist office or north of the dentist office? South of the dentist office. Approximately how many feet from the dentist office? I don't know for sure. Was it a considerable distance or a short distance? Short distance. Were there any other cars parked along the curb there when you came back? I don't remember. All right. So we'll do that one more time. Okay, at 60. I'm just stating this so I know we did it. Okay, here we go. How long were you and your husband in the dentist office? Approximately 15 minutes. What time was that? What time was your appointment with the doctor? Oh, close to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Where had you been prior to going to the dentist office? Home. Both of you? Yes. Well, he just came home from work. And then we got in the car and went to the dentist office. Had you or your husband had any intoxicating beverages that you know of that particular day? No. What kind of car does your husband have? He had a Honda Accord. And where did he park this car prior to going to the dentist office? He parked it by the curb facing north on Lincoln Boulevard. Were there any other cars parked there at the time? I don't remember. Now, what time do you think you left the dentist office? Well, it was between 5:30 and 6. I'm not sure. Was it light out at the time? It was dusk. Could you still see objects such as cars and houses without any artificial lighting? I don't remember. As you left the dentist office, what did you and your husband do? Well, we went and I got in the car. Was the car parked south of the dentist office or north of the dentist office? South of the dentist office. Approximately how many feet from the dentist office? I don't know for sure. Was it a considerable distance or a short distance? Short distance. Were there any other cars parked along the curb there when you came back? I don't remember. Right, how was that?
Oh, it was okay. Too many times that they said dentist office, though. That
Yeah.
always tripped me up.
Yeah.
Was it south of the dentist office
Yeah.
or north of the dentist office?
Yeah.
Redundant.
What did you do when you left the dentist office? Well, we got in the car. And then tomorrow we get to finish page 2 of this.
Oh.
And yeah.
Um,
Although I think dentist only comes up once tomorrow on the next page. So
Okay.
let me know. Did you find your spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remembered I've got my wave again and I can mark it.
Oh, that's right. You can mark it. Yay.
Yeah, I know. So I just went back to the last mark. Okay.
You want me to take a Q&A?
Let me do the whole thing.
Okay, perfect.
I might mess up a little bit.
That's okay.
Okay, question. How long were you and your husband in the dentist office? Answer, approximately 15 minutes. Question, what time was that? What time was your appointment with the doctor? Answer, oh, close to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Answer, where had you been prior to going to the dentist office? Answer, home. Question, both of you? Answer, yes. Well, he just came home from work. And then we got, thank you, Bilbo, in the car and went to the dentist office. Question, had you or your husband had any intoxicating beverages that you know of that particular day? Answer, no. Question, what kind of car does your husband have? Answer, he had a Honda Accord. Question, and where did he park this car prior to going to the dentist office? Answer, he parked it by the curb facing north on Lincoln Boulevard. Question, were there any other cars parked there at the time? Answer, I don't remember. Question, now, what time do you think you left the dentist office? Answer, well, it was between 5:30 and 6. I'm not sure. Question, was it light out at the time? Answer, it was dusk. Question, could you still see objects such as cars and houses without any artificial lighting? Answer, I don't remember. Question, as you left the dentist office, what did you and your husband do? Answer, well, we went and I got in the car. Question, was the car parked south of the dentist office or north of the dentist office? Answer, south of the dentist office. Question, approximately how many feet from the how many feet from the dentist office? Answer, I don't know for sure. Question, was it a considerable distance or a short distance? Answer, short distance. Answer, weather? No. Weather?
So
No.
question, were, do you have were there?
Oh, you know what? I've got an H in there. That's why.
Okay.
That's right. Were there any other cars parked along the curb? I have TL.
Okay, so it should be there. So you just
Oh,
turn
there. Okay. Okay.
That's
It was okay. There. When you came back, answer, I don't remember.
Awesome. Did you do YOR for I don't remember?
No. You know what? Because earlier, I think when you did the 80, I tried it. I still have to practice those. And I think I put YOB.
Okay.
So, and right before you did the 60, I went to check it and I freaked out because I didn't get it. It's like, and so I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So, but it was slow enough that I could just type it out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll have to keep practicing those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well,
I
great
know.
job. You read the whole thing. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I read the 60. So,
That's okay.
like I said, when it in the hundreds, I think because dentist office came up so much, I was just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you write like DEN, come back for TIFT?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But I think I was but again, that's kind of like Finnish because the D and the T are right there. And then I was putting, sometimes I was hitting I instead of E for DEN. And because it's den, it's DEN, then it's TI. So yeah, I don't know if I'm dyslexic that way or what, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I get that because sometimes it sounds like an I, but it's spelled with an E. And in that
Well,
case,
it isn't that. I don't know. I think I just, not intentionally, but get them confused
and like
sometimes when I'm
David
typing
would
them.
say, put it both ways and you do
Yeah,
it DEN, come back for TIFT, or if you write it DIN, come back for TIFT, then you have it both ways just in case.
that's true.
So, all right. Well, I get to go watch Paisley while her mommy goes to the doctor.
What a shame.
I
I'm so
know.
sorry that you have to do that today.
I know. Darn it.
Let me hear your Paisley voice.
Oh, I get all like, oh, you're so pretty. And she's starting to go, whoo.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
love cooing.
She
There's
started,
nothing like it.
she just started last week.
Oh
Like
my
if you talk to her, she'll
gosh.
go, whoo.
Yeah,
And she's starting
yeah.
to smile.
Oh my
I
gosh. Oh.
know. I
I
know.
want a baby.
I just think it's so sweet. And she had to do something on Saturday, and so Ryan was off. So he goes, Mom, if she he was so nervous. And he said, if I call you, can you come over? I said, yeah, I'll come over. So I called him because I didn't hear. I go, are you doing all right? He goes, oh yeah, I got it all under control. Everything's fine. And then he said that she got home early, and he's like, no, she wants to be with me. And he said he held her for like 3 more hours. It was just cute. So I was glad that he did well. I just thought that's good for him to, figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he does.
Good bonding.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said. He said, we're bonding. I said, okay, then I won't come over and bug you.
Yeah, just wait until she has one of those explosive poops, where it goes halfway up her back.
I think that's already happened.
Really?
And, yeah.
That's when you just take her in the shower.
Yes.
Oh, those
Yeah.
were the worst.
Yep. I think that's already happened because he was telling me about it. And I said, well, that's how it goes.
Is she nursing
Uh-huh.
or, oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's just so awesome. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I think that's what I miss the most, especially in the middle of the night because they're so sleepy. But what I like best about it is just the eye contact between you and the baby. And it's just there. I don't even know how to describe it, but you're just looking at each other and you're connecting. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's pretty amazing, and she takes a bottle because, Desiree
Mhm.
will pump, but she'll take a
Mhm.
bottle, but you could tell she's not real happy about it. She just kind of, makes a face at first, like, no,
Really?
not my mom.
Really?
But she'll take it. She doesn't scream or anything, but you just know, like, and then when you give her to her mom, then it's like, she just knows that's my mom,
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah. I used to like the part, I just remember Kelsey doing it, when she was on my right side or something, and she just takes her little hand and places it, you know, like right on top. And it's, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, I miss those days.
I know. I know. And they
Wow.
make that little noise that, like they're just so
Uh-huh.
content, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sweet. So,
Yeah. Or when they sigh, like,
yes.
this
Oh,
is what I'm supposed to do. Oh,
yeah.
I love my milk.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What's her name again? Not Paisley, the
Oh,
mom,
Desiree.
Desiree. Just, oh, I know that you already have, and she's probably heard it from so many other people. And, you know, she says, I know, but just tell her to enjoy it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just,
She
because
already
I
says
remember,
things like, "Oh, she's getting bigger, and I don't want her
yeah,
to." Like you can tell, she does. She wants her to stay little, you know.
yeah, I hated going back to work. I hated it.
Oh, who watched
And
your
after I
baby?
had Kelsey and,
Who watched Kelsey when you had to go back to work?
we got a sitter.
Okay.
But then I took a package shortly after. Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. That's weird. Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Oh, um, but I ended, and we had a really good sitter. But you know, it's like it's not. It should be me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes.
And it should be mom. And yeah, and shortly after Jared was born, he wasn't walking yet. I took a package at work and I stayed home.
Mm-hmm.
And by then she was in preschool and everything. But I remember taking her to preschool the first day, and it was like a kinder care or something. And I had to go to work, and she was fine while I was there. And then when I was leaving, oh my gosh, she didn't want me to leave. And I got in the car and I bawled my head off. I bawled my head off, and it's like, oh, my baby. Oh,
That's so
anyway,
hard. I
it
know.
is.
It is hard. I know. And the price you pay for daycare, it's like half the
It's,
most of
yeah.
it goes to that anyway. So
Yep.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right. Well, you have a great day, Pandora. I'll send you
Well,
a
you have fun. Yeah, send me a
okay.
picture and a
Okay.
little video or something.
Okay, I will.
Okay, Jill, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.